As her heart raced, she didn't know what to do. The policeman threw her boyfriend to the ground and handcuffed him. She couldn't believe it. She knew they hadn't done anything wrong. However, she didn't want to risk being handcuffed by speaking up. The next question almost knocked her over. Sam Watson witnessed Austin Erhan's police stop. Actually, it happened frequently. Racing was Austin's passion. To buy cars, he worked hard early on. His efforts paid off. Austin made money by selling used cars. He saved enough to buy his dream Honda motorcycle thanks to his talent. After buying a black 2006 Corvette, he realized his success. He loved this car. Luckily, he had a partner. Sam and Austin had dated for nearly 7 years. She was the best 6-speed sports car driver he had ever met and shared his interests. She made him feel lucky. She was an emergency room nurse who always had a smile and a positive outlook despite working in a stressful environment. He had to keep dating her. It wouldn't be easy. Austin had pros and cons. Corvette owners always wanted to rev the engine and hit the gas. World famous. It caused him many problems. He was cited for speeding occasionally. I try not to go over the speed limit, but it happens. His relationship was suffering. Austin had 20 speeding tickets. Sam knew this because she drove him to nearly half of those traffic stops. She was worried despite Austin's speed and driving skills. If you like my videos, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks in advance. Though they had begun discussing a future together, she recognized this as a warning sign. Would he lose his license? One day, something changed everything. Sam and Austin were visiting Sam's grandfather in Scott City, Missouri, from Cape Girardeau. Due to the short distance and lack of urgency, they traveled at the posted speed. Austin lane changed without blinking. A police cruiser and siren lights signaled their pullover before they realized it. What? Sam cried. We drove slowly for once. Worse was coming. As they parked, the police car followed. Police approached their car. He demanded Austin's ID because he hadn't signaled his lane change. The officer then reported a black Corvette speeding. Sam puzzled. They weren't speeding. Then, things changed. The officer told Austin to get out. Austin agreed, and they moved to the back of the car. The officer then ordered Sam out. Traffic stops have never seen this. She followed his orders before watching the cop pat Austin. Weird. When the officer pulled something out of Austin's pocket and said, "That's what I suspected," she feared the worst. The officer shouted, "You're going to do life for this," forcing Austin to kneel and put his hands behind his back. He cuffed him. Sam grew anxious. The officer then asked her to stand in front of Austin while he returned to the patrol car for his evidence camera. She obliged. Her world flipped. Sam glanced between Austin and the officer. Austin then brought his hands out from behind him and held a ring in front of her. Gasping, she covered her face. He asked her to marry him. Yes, she said, kissing him as he stood up. The officer filming everything laughed. It was a ruse. Were you scared? Austin hugged Sam and asked. She agreed and laughed. Austin addressed the camera. Thanks, he smiled. We appreciate your efforts. Thanks, Scott County Sheriff. Thanks, everyone. Sam learned the story after the excitement subsided. Marriage had been discussed several times. Austin knew Sam expected a special proposal. I don't want it to be cliché, I don't want it to be something I've seen 100 times, and just please make sure it's on camera, she told him. Thus the pressure. He had a novel idea. Austin understood Sam's speeding ticket concerns. He exploited that. Scott County Sheriff's Detective Barry Morgan was his sister's friend. He wanted their help planning a surprise proposal. It worked better than anyone expected. The proposal stunned Sam. What? This? What's up? Then it all made sense, she says. She was astonished he had done it. I was impressed by his perseverance. It's indescribable. It's many feelings. Austin was always pranking Sam. She didn't expect his best, serious prank. The blushing fiancée smiled as she requested more photos from the police officer. Police assisted gladly. He loved and was kind. Sam showed Austin the photos right away. They were eager to share their special moment. The policeman wished them well and left. The newly married couple took selfies in the parking lot. Only they existed then. I am so happy right now, Austin. You have made me the happiest girl in the world today, the sweet girl said and hugged her new fiancé tightly. Austin rejoiced. His planning paid off. Sam was overjoyed. It surprised her. I want to make you happy, he kissed her forehead. Sam was in heaven. Babe, shouldn't we leave this parking lot? Sam nodded. They got back in the car and decided where to go. I suggest returning to my place. I thought you would want to show your parents the ring first, he said. Sam couldn't imagine a better moment. She didn't know the romance wasn't over. Austin had a mini chocolate and cupcake platter in a cooler box and a playlist of their favorite songs. Austin! Sam exclaimed, my favorite, you really thought of everything. She fed him while he drove. Sweet moment. She loved her boyfriend more than ever. Sam wanted to tell her parents first when they arrived at their house. Austin opened the car door. He gave her a gorgeous bouquet of mixed sweet flowers he hid in the car. Wow, you are full of surprises today, she smiled. She had butterflies walking up the driveway. She knew her parents liked Austin, but she wondered how they would react to the news. Surprise! Austin let her in through the dark front door. Everyone, she asked. Everyone shouted, surprise, when the lights came on. Her parents and Austin's family threw a surprise welcome home party. OMG! Guys! Sam raved. Congratulations, honey, her mother said. Sam cried as her parents approached with open arms. You always knew. Yes, darling, her father said. Everyone was emotional. This fine young man came to talk to me a few weeks ago with his grand idea, and also to ask for my baby girl's hand in marriage, Sam's father continued. Austin, thanks for asking permission. Austin displayed her ring. She was glad everyone was there to celebrate with her. The family laughed and shared funny stories while having refreshments. Like many couples, they started off rocky, but they learned to respect and understand each other. The moms suggested the city's best wedding venues. With them, Sam didn't need an event planner. Sam was elated to start wedding planning. Austin interrupted the wedding plans to praise his proposal idea. Sam laughed as she showed the policeman photos on her phone. Oh, how sweet! Austin's mother exclaimed. My heart was racing because I really thought we were in trouble, she told Austin's dad. The story made everyone laugh. Sam announced her big news on social media. She tagged her favorite proposal photos, I said yes. Her social media exploded with friends congratulating her and Austin. Austin's idea was praised by everyone. They made headlines for weeks. The town heard about the man who got arrested, went down on one knee, and proposed to his girlfriend. It was a timeless proposal story. The local newspaper interviewed Austin about the story. The arresting officer was also questioned. A humorous tale brought the community together. The couple worked hard to plan the perfect wedding. Since they were in the spotlight, everyone was watching their plans. Austin was pressured to do well. He wanted his future wife's dream wedding. Would he meet her expectations? Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.